Folks, welcome to Everything Pro Wrestling. Everything Pro Wrestling is a show by the fans, for the fans. I am your host, Conrad Cushman. With me today, I have my co-host, Derek Shelton.
What up, what up, what up?
We are getting ready to review Night 2 of WrestleMania 36. So, we've done it. We've been here. The wait is over. Let's get ready for the review, shall we?
Let's.
Everything pro wrestling, they can never be you. Listen to the podcast here for the people. The best show that's here, so listen in. Let the knowledge begin. The opinion and the lesson. Yes, everyday pro wrestling, they can never be you.
Well, WrestleMania Night 2 is in the books, Derek. We had a tremendous event on our hands. It's going to be fairly interesting to see how a lot of people react to this. I don't know if they're going to have the exact same reactions that we are going to have, but I think it'll be fairly interesting to talk about the entire show.
I agree.
Let's see who we got in the chat first and foremost. Big shout out to my man, Original Biggie. Hopefully you are enjoying everything, good sir. He was the first one in here, so I got to give Original Biggie Obi-Wan some true props. Checked out your live stream earlier, homie. It was really good. PR Nightmare Nelson, what's happening, bro? Good to see you in here. Rob's in the house. Rob, we wish you were here, brother. Wish you were here. Derek, I see Derek's in the chat, but he's right here too. Connor is in the house. Connor, what is going on, my brother? And Elijah Washington is in the house. Elijah, we are going to talk about that moment you just wrote about, so make sure that you guys are tuning in. Now, how can you guys help out Everything Pro Wrestling? It's pretty simple. It's pretty easy, guys. Do me a favor. Make sure that you guys first all hit that like button. When new people come into the chat, let them know to hit the like button. And if you're listening on audio, subscribe. Same thing for the YouTube people. If you subscribe, a cool little pop-up should come up on the screen. You guys will love it. It's pretty funny. It's Otis, so people will love it. And we're always looking for new subscribers to the channel as far as this goes. Now, when it comes down to anything else, how can you help support Everything Pro Wrestling? It's pretty simple, guys. And excuse my rollback, if you don't mind. We've got some new stuff coming up. So if you guys want to get some of the merch, you guys can get that. Delco, we're going to have the site up for that soon. So be on the lookout. It'll be in the link tree everywhere else. You guys can also get some shirts from TeePublic. Help support Everything Pro Wrestling. Wear the brand. Wear it to an indie show, a wrestling show. Wear it anywhere. Tweet it out to me, and I'll retweet it, guaranteed. As long as you're not doing something super inappropriate with it. But other than that, guys, I appreciate the EPW group, man. So let's talk about WrestleMania Night 2. I've done enough jibber-jabber. We had Stephanie McMahon once again with the intro here. She does a pretty good job at this. I feel like this is her new place. We didn't bring this up too much yesterday because I really didn't think nothing of it. But this is like Stephanie's new norm, in my opinion, doing the intro. We got that same pirate intro once again. Johnny Depp doing the voiceovers for it. Tremendous. Right. No complaints about it. I thought this was really good.
It did what it was supposed to do.
Exactly. Jesus called me merch freak like Nick Jackson from AEW. I got you, bro. Yeah. So, it's just what it is.
Exactly.
Now, the first match on this card is the NXT Women's Championship match. I know some of you are saying you didn't talk about the pre-show. I didn't talk about it yesterday. The only thing that was a highlight from that was Cesaro doing the UFO airplane spin. And he won from it. I haven't seen someone win from an airplane spin since like way back in the day. And we're going to start off here with the NXT Women's title match. Liv versus Natalya happened. I don't know who won. Someone in the chat let me know. I missed the entire thing. I was taking care of some business. Didn't have time for it. NXT Women's title, D. We have Rhea Ripley, your girl, versus Charlotte Flair. Chat, I got to hear your thoughts on this one because it seems like I know how the reaction was, and that's what I saw mostly from it. Rhea Ripley is the NXT Women's Champion. Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble this year. She earned her spot to WrestleMania by winning the Royal Rumble, and she chose to challenge the NXT Champion. Something very different that we wouldn't usually get to see.
Definitely different.
Don't sound all depressed. Shout out to Steve in the chat. I see Steve came in here. I think he's under this black guy _ We also have my man Y2K in the house. Y2K, what's going on, brother? Prince Rockstar's in here. Jeremy Harris. Jesus De Leon. Brian Walsh. Good evening, good sir. Good to have you in here. And they are telling me Liv Morgan won. So, good move. Not mad at it. But let's talk about this women's title match for NXT, D. Now, look. It wasn't a bad match. I thought this was a really good match. I got some serious NXT vibes from this. Like, Charlotte performed a lot better, in my opinion, than she usually does for what she's been given. But I also think that Rhea Ripley looked like a star here.
Yes.
They did do a good job with that. But I can't tell you anything different than I felt like I kind of got the heebie-jeebies a little bit from this, because I saw a lot of like Sting, Flair in this. I think that Rhea Ripley could be a perfect opponent. If you want to have these Charlotte great matches, you want to do these trilogy matches like her father had with people, I think that this is how you do it.
Exactly. It's the setup was perfect. I'm just okay. All right. What is the deal with having Charlotte and Becky winning?
Wait, time out. Becky was who the people wanted. So you can't say that. You can't say 1 minute you want something, then you don't.
I didn't want Becky to win. I wanted Shayna to win.
No. We're not talking about yesterday. You got to go back. We're talking about going back to SummerSlam. You guys cheered for Becky. You wanted Becky to be in the spot.
Yeah, I cheered for her then.
No, you can't flip-flop. You can't be fickle.
No, I'm going to be fickle.
I'm calling fickle bullshit if anybody does this.
I'm going to be fickle because I don't give a fuck about 365. Okay?
That's what they decided, bro. Listen, I don't hate Becky. Becky's... whatever. We're not talking about this. Let's talk about Charlotte.
Fuck Charlotte too.
Come on, bro.
Dude, when she said...
Everything Pro Wrestling does not endorse this right now.
When she said she has touched every single gold in the WWE and including NXT, what was the purpose of you getting this title back? What was the purpose of you bringing Rhea Ripley to WrestleMania just to put her back in NXT without the belt?
Now look. Credit to on Twitter, Lewis One Phil. He said that he saw a lot of Flair Steamboat in this. I see Sting, Flair. I don't know. There's more to this story, I feel, D. I think we're too early on this. I think you're judging this way too early. I'm not the biggest Charlotte fan at all. You know it. I was mad when she won at 32. I thought that was Sasha's night. And I really thought that when she beat Asuka, that was Asuka's night too.
Yes.
Maybe I'm just hating on Charlotte. But I felt it was other people's time. Charlotte has been handed a lot of things, and she's given out a lot of disappointing L's. And they put her in that position. Easily, like I said, once I saw the figure 8, once she hit the bridge, we kind of knew. It's over, bro. Because you can't really get out of that move no matter what.
Yeah, and the question was, while we were watching this, he said, you think she wins if she bridges? I was like, oh yeah, definitely, automatic. Soon as she laid down and started putting her hands up, I knew it was over. I knew it was over. This didn't hurt my feelings the way other things did. So
what do you mean by other things? Like other types of matches from the past?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like Shayna and Becky.
So you were more pissed at that result than this?
Yes, because there were rumors that floated around that Vince was all about Shayna and then he
turned on it.
So now what was the point of doing that if you didn't see it?
I think with this, we have to remember the long game with this. I know Rhea tapped out now. A lot of Rhea Ripley fans are going to be mad. But and I know the problem is WWE's track record sucks. Yes. If you're building this up right, I think you could have Rhea get the next win, and then you got to have the rubber match between the two. You got to have the winner finally takes the belt. This is a big moment. Maybe a cage match, something like that.
But do you bring Rhea up to the main roster now? That's the question.
I don't think so. I think NXT needs more star power. Send Charlotte down there. This shakes up a lot of things, too. WWE's in this weird funk of who's on what brand. Hashtag what brand split. That was for you, Obi-Wan. Mm-hmm. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. There is no official brand split in my eyes. People could just jump to wherever, do whatever. I know people are assigned to rosters, but title changes and then things just happen.
Yes.
Shit, we had Austin Theory on the card tonight. Not saying that I'm mad at Austin Theory or anything like that. It was just random.
It was random. But, again, I mean, like, here, I don't know.
Let's see what the people in the chat have to say on this one. PR Nightmare says, all the women matches pissed me off except for Liv Morgan winning, but her match wasn't great. I didn't see that. Y2K said the horsewomen rule, man. I'm down with that, Y2K. Rob says, Rhea with the Vegeta gear looked great. Thank you, Rob, for that call. I forgot all about talking about their gear. Match was great until Charlotte won. She ruined Asuka, Bianca, and now Rhea. If she doesn't get her back, she should. Y2K said, yeah, tell him no flip-flopping. Y2K is the king of no flip-flopping in wrestling. Some people were talking about that. Obi-Wan was laughing at you, D. Hashtag boo the woo, Rob put.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
We support No Filter Derek. Does anybody ever support, like, clean content? What's wrong with clean content, folks? Clean PG content. Anywho,
I got you, bro.
Prince Rockstar said Rhea's going to Raw. Jeremy Harris said easy win for Charlotte here. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say easy. I mean, Rhea was taking it to her. But, yeah. And Obi-Wan said, thank you, what brand split. We gave this a B+, though.
This was.
Like, I think it was a really fair match. And I think a lot of my ratings are going to be way, way different than other people's ratings tonight.
But that will be explained when
we get to them.
When we get to them, it'll be explained as to why we graded the way we did.
Yeah, it'll make more sense. And like if you guys ever wanted to see how we do the rubric or whatever, the grading scale, it's down below. It's borrowed from Deluxe Man a little bit, modified his a little. But you guys can check it out. Let's talk about the next match on the card, shall we? Aleister Black versus Bobby Lashley with Lana in the corner. So this has no build-up. None whatsoever. And I'm okay with that. WrestleMania matches in the past, we've gotten random matches with, like, British Bulldog versus Warlord. They probably had some build on superstars, but meh.
Yeah.
Right? This felt like one of those. Aleister Black, I will say, did a damn good job trying to explain why they were having this match. Bobby Lashley's been dominant recently on Raw. I've been dominant on Raw. Let's go into the ring and see who can destroy the other man first. Right. Okay, cool. That works. This was a regular old match. This is something you could have put on Monday Night Raw in the middle of the show. I don't think a lot of people would have noticed or cared. And it's not because of Aleister Black, we'll say. I just think that Bobby Lashley has been ruined upon his return. There's just something about Lashley in WWE that just doesn't work. I don't know what it is. He was great in Impact, in my opinion. He's been great other places he's went, but Lashley in WWE, they just can't find that right thing for him to do, and I think they don't trust him anymore because of what we said going back to his initial run in 2007.
Right.
So, in the middle of this match, Lashley has Aleister Black up for the Dominator. Lana says, no, spear him. And Bobby Lashley blows her a kiss and says, yeah, baby, basically. Mm-hmm. Why is Lana telling you what to do? And I know people may get on my case about this and say, oh, no, if you want to block me, cool. I don't care because you're not listening to the whole thing. My point is this. Lashley's the one in the ring. I get that Lana is with him and she's been treated more like a bride than a manager, but she isn't getting him the dubs. Like, she's not in there doing it. So she's telling him, yeah, Bobby, do this. And I think this could have been better built up if you had Lana telling him what to do throughout. Like, oh, that was a smarter move. Lana's right. I should listen to Lana more.
Right, yeah. She was pretty much quiet throughout the whole match up until this point.
Right. And Lashley sets up for the spear. I don't know. Steve brought this up earlier. How is it when people go for the spear, a move where you put your head down and then go for, like, this tackle, that you end up standing up and eating one of those back spin kicks, the Black Mass from Aleister Black? 1, 2, 3. The right man went over in this. I just didn't like how foolish it made Bobby Lashley look.
Yeah, I think, but you know what though? If you watch, I don't know if you saw it, but Lana was like burning holes through Bob Lashley. Like
Stop calling that man Bob.
Just saying, bro. She was burning holes through that man. Like, I'm really getting tired of you losing. But you were the cause of that. And gotcha, Chris. They're like that's the cause. You know, you're the reason why he's losing. But I have been done with the whole Bob Lashley and Lana situation
Since Rusev Day?
Yes. So, can we move on from that? Because I've had enough. But in any other case, this match did what it was supposed to do. The right man did go over.
C.
Wash.
It was a C match, just like they said. I don't know what that means. But let's see what some of the people in the chat said. We gave this a C. Doug is in the house. What's going on, Doug? We also have
Dirty Rob. Dirty.
Prince Rockstar said this was boring. Y2K said he had no comment. Wait, what? Peace. Rob has been suspended for another week from being on the show. Do not send us that stuff, Rob. So Prince Rockstar said it was boring. Y2K said he has no comment on this match. It was just right. Or I don't think he meant just right. I think he meant all right. Like, okay, whatever. Get through it. Doug said Black versus Lashley was great. PR Nightmare said worst Black match so far, and it wasn't on his part.
No, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. Because I think he tried to anticipate that, like, too early. Like, he ran in and he was already going like this, and I'm like, dude, you telegraphed that way too soon.
Right. It's what it is. Look, Black won. I'm not mad. I'm moving on from this. That's the way I'll leave it right now. Let's go into the next match. One of the ones I was looking forward to. We have Dolph Ziggler versus Otis. Now,
you're a lot of you might disagree with our grade for this, but we'll explain why.
First, we're gonna start off with the bad. Or the questionable bad.
Yes,
in your
the
opinion.
logic in this.
Derek questions Sonya. So Sonya Deville ends up coming to the ring with Dolph Ziggler. Why? So they just got busted on SmackDown, which was Friday, that she was the one sending the text messages to Otis to make him think that Mandy was holding off on the date and he showed up late. Made him look bad, right?
Right.
Why is she with Dolph Ziggler? I guess my thinking was that, okay, they saw each other backstage and they met up back there and they've been putting this plan together the whole time.
Right.
But why is she coming out with him? I don't know. This just felt really weird for her to come out.
Right.
And I hear your point on it, but I'll let you take over on it.
And then like, I agreed with that, but then I also thought, like, why would you play it that way? Or why would booking play it that way to have her come out, but yet she was trying to kiss up to Mandy and trying to apologize. So basically, her doing that, you were saying, Sonya said, basically, I don't give a fuck. I tried to explain why you didn't let me, so now I'm joining Dolph. Like, there should have been a little bit more play into that as to why she came out with him, not just showing up with him. Because now you're making it seem like Dolph and Sonya were supposed to be together from the get-go.
Right. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me how they portrayed this one.
No.
But we got a match here. Back and forth. Dolph Ziggler sold his ass off in this match.
Yes, he did.
This was his first singles match at WrestleMania. He is now tied with Jerry the King Lawler and Michael Cole for WrestleMania matches. I just think it's a crime that Dolph Ziggler has not had his own one-on-one match until this moment.
Yes.
He even took the Bret Hart chest bump into the corner. Love that spot, by the way. If you watch old school wrestling matches, you know what I'm talking about. He ends up Irish whipping him into the corner, chest first. Dolph Ziggler selling. He's bumping. He's getting... the slingshot was nice, too. Otis hits him with the slingshot. Ziggler dove so far into the middle turnbuckle pad.
Exactly. I think he noticed the distance, and then he had to kind of compensate for it, but he did excellent for what he had to do.
Yeah. Shout out to... hold on. I want to see here what some of the people in the chat are talking about. Rob says Sonya never had a problem with Dolph. She just hates Otis, so any opportunity to oppose him, she'll take.
I get that, but still, though, like, you still gotta have a little story as to why she's coming out with Dolph. Like,
I think it was just like in 2 days, you and Dolph have been best bosom buddies, and yeah, I'm coming out with Dolph tonight. And where was Bobby Roode in all of this? You know, like they're just hopping and skipping over stuff. It's fine though. I'm not mad at it.
No.
It was a little minor detail into the bigger story, so you'll hear what we think in 1 second. Big Otis, he hits the world's strongest slam on Dolph Ziggler. Yeah, yo, excellent comeback too by Otis. If you didn't see him like slapping his stomach and making all these gestures, pure money.
Yes.
So Otis does all that, right? He's going through all the motions and everything else, and Otis is getting ready to hit the caterpillar. He's gonna do the worm to some of you guys. He's gonna hit his move, and before he can set it up, Sonya Deville gets on the apron, distracts the referee. Dolph Ziggler kicked this man
so goddamn hard.
Yo, that low blow sounded so loud, bro. All you heard was the little. Otis goes down for the count. Ziggler is acting like his right shoulder, or was it? No, it was his left, I think, at the time.
Yeah.
His left shoulder didn't work, so he was barely trying to crawl over.
Oh, no, it was his right shoulder, because he was laying down.
I can't remember which way they were facing camera-wise.
They were facing...
This way. Towards
so
it was his left.
Yeah, it was his left shoulder. He was trying to get over that way.
He can't get over in time, and then right before my favorite music hits, it's Mandy. Everybody's in a trance, and Sonya Deville looks like a freaking dog's about to come bite her ass.
Right, exactly.
And
deer in the headlights.
Come on, Mr. Doggy, bite Postman's butt. You know what movie that's from? You're my man. All right. So he went in, and so Mandy comes down there, and she basically slaps her right across the face, like, "Oh, boom, bitch!" Takes her down.
Exactly.
Sonya's shocked. She doesn't know what happened. During all of this, the ref's like, what the hell's going on? The ref's out of the way. Afterwards, Mandy jumps into the ring, low blows Dolph, China style. Gave him the big boom. Ziggler goes down. Caterpillar is hit. Yo,
the way he landed that elbow on Dolph, dude, that was fucking beautiful. like that was like that. Okay, I'm saying it. That was more like Darby Allin's put him in a coffin. Like, that was his version of, like, put him in a coffin.
Yeah, he dropped that elbow ever so beautifully. He gets the 1, 2, 3 from it. Otis wins. Now, here's the part that I love. After the match, Mandy gets into the ring and jumps in Otis's arms.
And they kiss.
Yo, my man Big Otis got the kiss. If you don't know what it's like to be the fat, weird dude and people don't understand you, I can cope with this storyline. I completely understand it. I can dig it. So, he gets the girl. We usually don't see that in WWE. I'm happy with this. That was a WrestleMania moment. So,
exactly.
Cool with that. And the grade we gave this was an A-.
Very, very well done. Solely and taking out Sonya's part up, for like now from tonight. You take that out. This story was well thought out from the beginning. This is probably one of the most recent stories that you can look at and say this was thought out and it was done correctly.
I'm seeing some pent-up anger elbow, emphatic elbow dropping. Chris D'Zuba says, haven't seen the worm like that since Breaking 2 Electric Boogaloo. Otis and Mandy kiss as they celebrate. Jeremy Harris loves a good ending too. See, he brings a tear to your eye. I love it, man. A- for, I think everyone delivered in this. And you know what? We give Bruce Pritchard a lot of shit. Bruce Pritchard's going to get praised tonight on this. And not for his podcast stuff with Conrad Thompson. Bruce Pritchard's getting praised for putting together some storylines that actually made effing sense. I know the weekly television for SmackDown, that's bad.
Yes.
It's bad. That's all I can say. Like, I would not recommend anybody watch SmackDown. I try not to. Trust me. It's bad. But this storyline delivered. This is one of the best things that SmackDown had going for it.
Yes.
And Bruce Pritchard's name's gonna come back up in this tonight.
Oh yes.
Believe that.
Believe it.
So we get a promo package next for the Last Man Standing match. This is the return of Derek's boy, the rated R superstar, Edge.
On this day.
Derek, how do you feel about Edge returning? I mean, he's your favorite superstar. I kind of want to give you the floor for a second on Edge. Like, why was Edge your favorite growing up?
You know what? Honestly, dude, I really don't even know. To be honest, like 100% honest, I don't know. I think it was when he came in with Christian and Gangrel for the Brood, and you know me, I'm all into like the vampire kind of stuff like that, like Blade and all that kind of stuff. So when they brought that gimmick out, Edge just had that, like Gangrel was supposed to be the vampire, but Edge had that look like, no. Like he reminded me of the leader from the Lost Boys.
Okay, that was exactly where I was thinking of it when I saw it.
So he reminded me of that, and I'm like, Lost Boys was a dope movie, and that dude was crazy. Now looking at Edge, he reminded me of that guy from that movie.
If you guys ever wanted to know, Vince Russo was going to have Edge play someone who was a mute, I believe. I don't know if I can say that word if that's not appropriate, but
I think it's
he said he was going to play someone who couldn't talk. Oh, and I think he even thought of maybe him being deaf at one point too, like he couldn't talk and he couldn't hear anything. I don't know why. It was weird, but Vince Russo just has some crazy ideas with him. If you guys have never heard that before, look it up after this. It's a small little tidbit, but some things that they wanted to put in there for Edge. But this is Edge's big return. He got taken out by Randy Orton, and I thought these two did damn good promo work. One thing, if WWE could learn something from this, is to do more promos without the crowd noise and let these guys just talk. Yes. You had to sell these shows on promo ability, and you did that, WWE. Yes. I'm telling you good things that you did. Do this.
Yes. The more you do this, the better chance that you have of regaining all the people that loved you from the beginning. You know, I don't know. I think if you just do it the right way, everything will be in order. It'll be in order.
Now, live chat, I want to hear what you guys thought of this match because I'm seeing people writing some of this and Edge's Derek's WWE man crush.
I can't deny it, bro.
Spear.
Execution, spear.
Yeah. So Edge was not gonna be Helen Keller, Chris DeZuba. Don't write that in the chat. All right. So tell me your thoughts on this match because this one was quite a long match. I'm going to just start off by saying that.
It was an extremely long match.
Match starts off with an RKO. Let me say this. So you said, why did Edge come out first? And I was like, there's got to be a reason for this. And I didn't want to spoil it, but in my head, I'm like, there's got to be a reason he came out first. So Edge came out with a dope-ass ring jacket, by the way, too.
Oh, my God. That jacket was like, whoo. That gave me chills.
Orton's music hits, right? So we're all sitting there waiting for Orton, and Edge is like, well, where the hell is he? There's a cameraman dressed up. Randy Orton puts the camera down, slides into the ring, and RKO's Edge. Beautiful. Out of nowhere. I love it. That was a very excellent way to get people into this match.
That was.
At some point during this, Randy Orton gets out of the cameraman, attire, I guess we'll call it, the black shirt and black pants.
Right.
And Randy Orton's ring gear was dope, too. I really liked that he had the snake on the knee pads and everything. I thought that was some sweet shit, too. So let me give his gear some props. They start off fighting in the weight room. Got to bring this up for my man Obi-Wan and anybody who plays WWE wrestling video games. Remember how everyone complained about Here Comes the Pain, weight room, let us run on treadmills? This is your chance. Put in the performance center in the game. I want Kevin Owens jumping off WrestleMania signs. You guys can put all the old stuff back, and then you can start to build towards something else, you know?
Skyrocket.
Just putting it out there. And cheap plug, Tuesday, Brian Williams on the podcast, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube. If you guys like wrestling video games, we're going to be talking SVR 08, 09, and hopefully we got enough time for 10. As part of that WWE game series with Brian Williams. Now, we get all of this set up. The weight rooms, they're in there brawling. At one point, Edge, what was Edge doing when he was on the pull-up bar and he swung himself into Randy Orton sitting on a computer chair? I don't know if Edge wanted to feel like he did a dive over the top rope. to get himself like back in the old days.
You know what I think? You know what I think it was supposed to be. You know how like you get up on the monkey bars and you swing back and forth, and your legs you go like this, and then your legs are supposed to shoot out. I think it was supposed to be kind of like a.
Did he drop kick him or did he land on him like Rey Mysterio style?
Like he landed on him like Rey Mysterio style, but I think the idea was to hit him with a drop kick more
right.
so.
Right. Shout out to John Russell in the house. What's going on, John? Good to have you in here, brother. He said, "Let's go." He said, "Night 1 over night 2." Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to say something about this in a second here. Original Biggie had a comment to my WWE when he said, "Nah, man, we want new original content and 45 different Charlottes." Boo this man for that. Don't give them ideas like that.
I can't do 45 Charlottes. I can't do one.
So, I respect Edge's creativity in this match. At one point, they went into kind of like the boardroom where they hold all of their meetings, I would assume, for like NXT and stuff. We've seen it on the network before. Up on the like lighting that's on the wall, there were like, it looks like steel cage mesh kind of. Edge looks up at it and hooks himself in and just drops a mean-ass elbow on Randy Orton on this table. I thought that was very creative, good.
It was, definitely.
They go into the back, then they start brawling into like these different equipment areas. So I'm going to be jumping from area to area. I'm not really going to explain, but they're in like these warehouse style areas with different weapons. Ladders are set up in some places. They're just going all over the place. Edge ends up putting Orton on a table, and there's like a scaffold kind of set up, and there's a ladder leaned up against it. You know he's got to climb up it. Edge climbs up and drops like the SVR 07 elbow drop on the table onto Randy Orton. It was well laid out. Edge took some chances in this, man.
He definitely did. He took some chances, but you know, like we spoke about earlier, he picked the right person to take those chances. Yeah.
So they did that. They brawled on that truck. Randy Orton hit the draping DDT on Edge onto the truck. They tore that back of that shit up. I don't know what I can't think of what it's called now. The cover on the back of the truck. They tore that shit up. Yeah, and at one point, well, we'll talk about it once they get up there, but we thought something else was going to happen at that point. I was just like, how stupid were we to think something was going to happen? Like, they would have died. That's how bad they messed up the back cover on the truck. They end up brawling, right? So after they get off the truck, they wind up on top of like this bigger truck. I'm going to go video game reference again. Think of No Mercy when you're brawling in that back truck area. And think they're on top of that now. In the new WWE games, they have like the trucks and you can go on top of there. Exactly like that. They're fighting up there. They're brawling back and forth. Orton ends up knocking down Edge. I think he had an RKO on him, right? And then he went down.
Was it RKO?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Something like that. So he ends up hitting him. I want to know, where the hell was the ref in this? The ref's counting was pure hilarity. If you guys can't see us on you got to go back and watch the YouTube video of this. 1, 2. What was up with him like having to like put his hands out and check on someone each time? And how the hell did the ref get up on the scaffolding? So they were on the truck and they both ended up on top. The ref obviously came from another way. So I don't know if he climbed the ladder on the other side, but
he had to, because Edge was the only one on top of that truck that you saw get on top of the truck. Then Randy got up there and then all of a sudden the ref is just standing there like dude, where did you go?
Yeah, dude, what the hell? So the ref gets up there, more brawling occur. Eventually, Randy Orton tries to set up for a concerto. He brings 2 chairs up there. The dude looks like he's about to die. Like, come on, man, why I gotta carry both these dumbass things up here? They could have just had some chairs up there. I don't know.
Exactly.
It wouldn't have worked. So he had to bring the chairs up. And Edge ends up using that standing triangle choke, the same one that Jake Hager uses. He takes down Edge. Not the most, like, exciting move. I know Edge is yelling during it. I'm just like, okay. And he lays Randy Orton's head on there. And I thought Edge did some great acting here with all of this.
He did. He did some excellent acting with that. You know, it's like, we were supposed to be brothers. Like, he's tearing up. We're supposed to be brothers. You can see it in his face. He didn't want to do it, but he knew what he had to do. Yeah.
So he starts like kind of crying, but it seemed like he wasn't crying out of sadness. He was crying more so like, I'm about to beat your shit in. He takes the chair, hits the concerto. The ref counts to 10. That's it. It's over for this one. The this was a long ass match, bro. Edge wins. Edge gets the feel good moment. I'm gonna give this an A- for time filling. I think they just had to fill time, and this was the match that became long.
They had to, yeah. For me, what did I give it? I gave it a.
You were saying we started off. We went from a B to a B+ to an A-. I was like, I felt like we were crapping on it because they did put their bodies on the line a lot.
The reason why I started at a B was because it was like it's last man standing matches. For me, I don't really like them unless if you're doing unless if it's a hardcore last man standing match, because then you give it a reason for it to be that way. Right now, I don't prefer it, but if you're gonna do it, it's gotta be like a hardcore match. But then as we started really talking about it, it got the grade that it got because it had to fill the time. But this is two great superstars.
I just felt we kind of crapped on it for all the stuff that they did a little bit by with a B. So A- was the final thing that we kind of agreed upon. Like, it wasn't bad. The one thing you could say about this was it was way too long, but the effort was still there, I think, by both guys.
Yes.
Let's see what some of the people in the chat were saying here. Nelson said, I would burn every WWE game today to save everyone if that happens for us all. Original Biggie said, don't boo me. It's not my fault WWE games lost direction and leadership. Biggie, I'm still blaming you. You need to go and get that community manager job. One of us have to get it, right, brother? I definitely agree with you that they lost their direction and leadership.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I think they just don't have a focus for that game going forward. But you're not wrong at all about that, Biggie. Rob says, this match was way too long. This was the Triple H match, plotting, drawn out, and Oh, God. He said boring. I'm just shocked. You think it was methodically boring? That was Rob's exact words on this. I mean, boring. You know what? There were points to where I was kind of like, let's move this along.
Yeah. This man was over here nodding off a couple of times, but so some parts he was just like they were on the floor. They were on the floor too long, and that's my issue with the last man standing match. It's like, all right, count.
Prince Rockstar said the same thing. This match was too damn long. PR Nightmare said, when he went for the Orton boot, we knew that spear was coming. Yeah, that was the part we were talking about, where he missed the punt kick, and we were like, he could spear him off onto the truck. Yeah. And then when we looked down at it, we're like, that would have been a really bad idea.
Yeah.
Y2K said the cameraman was climbing too. PR Nightmare said the refs were getting on my nerves today and pre-recorded the magic of TV. The refs need to start counting only when they are not moving, not while they were crawling. I think they have to, though. It's one of the weird things, like you said, about last man standing matches. Like, you're going to have to count. So let's ask this. If someone's sitting, should the ref be counting them?
I think they should be counting because it's called a last man standing match.
Yeah, it's one of those wonky matches. I know that it's usually like if the man's down, right. And that's when you count. It's what it is, guys. I'm glad Edge is back. That's what I'm going to end this with. So I'm going to stick with that A-, and I'm just going to keep it. I'm glad Edge is back, in my opinion, for tonight. Now, here we go with some silly shit. The 24/7 title. Mojo Rawley won it last night on night one. Check the review out in the archives. Gronk ends up winning the 24/7 title here. He ends up getting the win. A bunch of people, I don't even know who these people were. Like, I was trying to identify some of them. If anybody saw who was in this 24/7, like, crazy Rushman, like, everybody coming out, please tell me. I couldn't tell who was who, though. They look like some NXT cats who I've seen, though, but they were just dressed up different. Like, I felt like they were trying to hide their faces.
Yeah, because the one guy with the red hat, he kept like fixing it, like pulling it down. I'm like,
yeah. I thought that was I can't remember who. One of the big dudes from NXT who recently just got down there, Jonah Rock or whatever. Yeah. I thought that was him, but. Maybe I'm wrong in all of this, but anyway, the Gronk ends up doing like a stage dive backwards, the trust fall basically onto everybody, and then he pins Mojo, wins the 24/7 title. Have no fear, I'm sure they're shooting something right now to take that shit off of him. Like, nah, bro. They probably already shot it, actually. Like,
probably, yeah.
Nah, we're not doing all this.
Yeah.
Gronk, a champion I could be proud of. Y2K, cut it out. And also so much for social distancing. Terrible. PR Nightmare said he saw No Way Jose in the house. Conrad loves Gronk. Not so much. I mean, I don't hate him either. He does what he does, man. Brian Kavanaugh, what's going on, Brian? He said Barry Horowitz. I love it. Rob said, who was the random chick that got beat up during this? Like, I swear there was a woman in red who got her shit rocked. I don't know. I didn't see it. Probably. There were so many people out there, dude, that you couldn't tell who was who. They shot that well if they didn't want you to know who was there.
They did. Yeah, they did excellent with that. But, you know, my issue with it was, if Gronk is supposed to be hosting, why did you have him win the title at that point?
Oh, no, you're a New England guy. I don't want to hear none of this shit.
I'm just
saying. All right? You Tampa Bay fan yet?
Nope.
All right.
Tom Brady fan.
I have nothing to say to that. Let's get into the Raw Tag Team title match, shall we? The Raw Tag Team title match, we got the Street Profits defending against the newly formed tag team of Never Been Formed, Angel Garza and Austin Theory with Zelina Vega.
Love Zelina.
Can you not? Will you stop? We're like friggin' Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby Heenan. So, Theory... What do you think of Austin Theory? Screw it. We're just going to kind of like...
Austin Theory is good. Austin Theory is good.
He's got the look.
He does. I can't really say he has the moveset yet because he hasn't really put that on display.
I've seen him wrestle and evolve, though, so I know this dude's good.
Okay, so... Taking your word for it, I think from what I've seen, he's good. Do I think he's ready to be on the main stage now? Not quite. He's still got a lot of proving to do down at NXT right now. But I get what they had to do. They had to make a match. They had to call somebody, so that was the thing that they had to do.
Sorry, I'm going to show that comment for PR Nightmare. Let you read it on your own. So here's what happens in this match. We end up getting Austin Theory hits the TKO, right? I think that's been like his finisher, kind of. He's really kind of been used in like spotlight matches, but he's usually not the guy going over. But you know they're gonna make him into a big deal. Hits the TKO, and after he hits the TKO, he ends up getting caught with a frog splash from Montez Ford. Does anybody get higher than Montez Ford?
I don't think so.
Who wants to smoke? Anyway, Montez Ford gets high up there for the frog splash. 1, 2, 3. Street Profits retain the tag titles. I think that was the right way to go with this. I mean, you couldn't have them lose this at this point.
No. Yeah, if you did that, then it wouldn't have made any kind of sense. And then if they would have won, then that goes back to my theory again with your NXT stars. Are you bringing them up? What are you doing with them to have them come on the show and do things that you want them to do, but yet you're not going to move them up to the main roster? You know what I mean?
Right. I'll let you rock. Rob brought up a good point about Zelina. I'll let you give that comment, D. I don't know if you noticed that about her attire tonight.
I did. I was. You know what? Thanks, Rob, because I was actually trying to figure out what that looked like. Because I definitely mentioned Day of the Dead skulls on her shoulders, but I was thinking in the back of my mind, like, yo, this reminds me of something, and I can't put my finger on it.
And now you know.
So now her looking like Shia Khan.
Woo! It was well done. She often like dresses up like video game characters, especially Mortal Kombat. I think this is the second or third time I've seen her as a Mortal Kombat character. So shout out to her for that. Afterwards, they end up getting beat down. Angel Garza was pretty upset that he lost the match, delivers a drop kick. But then, when Zelina Vega comes in to get her licks in, Bianca Belair comes out. It's time. Bianca ain't staying on NXT. She had to let her know, you don't go here. And she ended up whooping Zelina Vega's ass. I liked it. I think they made Bianca look strong. Here's the weird thing, though. I don't want Bianca lumped in with the Street Profits permanently. I know that was her husband. Her and Montez Ford are married. Sorry, kayfabe's dead. Exactly. They're married, but I think Bianca's a bigger star than the Street Profits.
Yes. I think she's been put over a lot more than them. And the Street Profits have been on the main roster for a long time now.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with where the Street Profits are. I just think that Bianca doesn't need to be with them now. Like, I feel like Montez Ford, they have future plans for. I don't know what's going to happen to Dawkins. I fear for him a little bit, like if they do end up breaking them up. But Bianca Belair is where the future is at, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think if they end up taking the belts off Montez and Dawkins, then that'll be the end for Dawkins.
I hope not. I hope not, but we'll have to see. Sometimes it's come out crazier where that guy ends up being the bigger deal, but right now we don't see it. I gave this a C. Bianca's part was great in this, but the match is nothing to write home about. I think it was one of the weaker ones on the card, personally.
Right, exactly.
No build up. Wow, Conrad, say spoiler alert. For what? What did I say? I didn't say anything, did I? I don't think I gave a spoiler. Bianca, yeah. Oh, about maybe it was about them being married. It's not. It's what it is, bro. It's what it is. Titus O'Neil takes over on the stand. Now you know someone who's in the fraternity is gonna be mad. Probably gonna dislike this video.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care either. Titus O'Neil is now taking over as the host. He had like 2 lines, and we never saw him again. Spoiler. Yeah, what the hell? I guess he wanted to get some FaceTime. Can we give Titus O'Neil a WrestleMania match? Like, the dude's been in enough battle royals to last a lifetime.
Please.
Or let him manage somebody, something of meaning.
Let him do something. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Let's get into this SmackDown Women's Title 5-way. We were not looking forward to this match. I will say, this might be shocker match of the night, bro.
Yes.
Bayley will defend her SmackDown Women's Championship against Sasha Banks, Lacey Evans, Naomi, and Tamina.
Snooker.
Now, this match has turned into an elimination match. I finally heard Michael Cole say it. If you guys have watched plenty of my reviews, I go, when was this an elimination match? Michael Cole said it this time before the match, so I was like, I'm good. Maybe I tune him out usually, but I heard it this time.
No, it ain't about tuning him out. When this match comes about, nobody ever says it. They just say a 5-man or a 5-woman match. They don't ever say it's an elimination match.
All right, so I'm not tripping then.
No, this is the first time I've heard it in a long time. When you have this match for years.
I don't know what I just saw. Titus Worldwide quote of the day. Worldwide. So this is announced as an elimination match. This match kind of told the story here. So we started off with Tamina in the ring. Tamina ends up getting jumped by everybody after Naomi hits the split-legged moonsault onto her. Everybody jumps on top of her to pin her. They made Tamina look like a threat. Is she really, though?
Right.
As a character, I'm sorry, Tamina. It ain't. I wasn't buying it.
Yeah, I don't...
You said they should have gave it to Tamina as a shock win, right?
Yeah. Because what was the point of having her come back?
Yeah, this is true. I don't know. Maybe she's gonna team up with Nia again for the tag belts. I don't know. You've got options for what you could do.
But does Nia come back though?
I don't know. I'm happy Tamina's getting her reps in and she gets to have matches. I'm not saying that Tamina's horrible. I just don't believe that she's gonna win. They've made me not believe in her. She's Dolph Ziggler territory at this point. Like I can't be bothered to care until you start letting her win more matches.
Pretty much.
Next up, we had a little bit of they teased the Team Bad reunion too until she super kicked Sasha. My feelings were hurt. But Naomi ends up getting into this match. So it's Bayley and Sasha basically versus Lacey Evans and Naomi. Naomi should have knew she was in trouble at that point when she teamed up with Lacey.
Yes.
A bank statement was hit and Naomi ends up tapping out on this. Not mad at it. Naomi won at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando when I was there. Great like action. I love Naomi's entrance too, by the way. The glow and everything else. I mean, if you don't think of it as a rave and your kids are there, you're not trying to explain to them what a rave is. It's like, oh, this is dope, kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
So not mad at it at all.
Because a lot of kids like the little
glow sticks,
the little glow sticks, the light streamers or whatever. They like that kind of stuff, and it plays to the kids.
Yeah, and Naomi's a great dancer. Everything else. So let us get into this next part of the match. By the way, I almost just dropped my pen and I caught it, and I think I just had to announce that to everybody because that was a really good catch.
I saw it.
The match continues. So now Lacey Evans by herself and Sasha and Bayley are kind of arguing with each other. It starts with the pull through on the turnbuckle.
And then what was it?
Bayley hits a knee to Sasha.
Yeah. They
then begin to argue when Sasha gets back up and Lacey's down. They're like, hey, I thought you were my friend. I thought we were looking out for each other. Blah, blah, blah. And she says, I am your friend. We can talk about this after.
Right.
Dude, Lacey Evans comes in with the woman's right. And so she tried to hit it. Bayley pushed Sasha out of the way, like, look out. And she ends up, did she fall back from it or did she get caught with it?
I think how it went was
she blocked it and then
she blocked it, but she like pushed it, like turned her around.
And she ended up eating a move from her and went down. And then Sasha walks right into the woman's right, and she's down 1, 2, 3. Now this reminded me of something specifically, and hopefully you guys can remember this. Do you guys remember when Triple H and Batista were in the Elimination Chamber together? This is before WrestleMania 21. Triple H is like a mess. He's knocked out, and he could have helped Batista. And Batista gets caught with a move, and Triple H could have saved him. And he just sat there and kind of looked at him like one, and then he kind of, nah, I'm not doing it. It was the exact same thing here with Bayley and Sasha. They're having a match at SummerSlam. They gotta have a match at SummerSlam.
They have to.
So they tease it. She ends up falling back down. She's like, nope, not doing it. And everybody's wondering like, oh, we're starting to see what's happening here. And afterwards, we're down to Bayley and Lacey Evans. They let these two go back and forth for quite some time.
They did. They actually made, dare I say, they made Lacey look pretty strong.
Obi-Wan, stop. Stop. And Y2K, I just saw what you wrote too. Stop it. I'm going to get back to your comments in a second, chat. They did a really good job with this. And then at the last second, you see Sasha come back. And you thought Sasha was going to say, oh, you turned on me.
Yeah. I definitely thought that was going to happen.
But she doesn't. Sasha helps her friend out by hitting a backstabber on Lacey Evans because there's no DQ. Belly to Bayley. 1, 2, 3. Bayley retains the SmackDown Women's Championship. This was one of the best things they've done with Bayley since she's won the title and turned heel.
Yes. And you know what? You made a good point about Sasha and Bayley when they basically she didn't know that Bayley didn't try to help her.
Not yet. You're wondering at this point. Like, if you go back and look at it, though, you can see she clearly could have helped her and she didn't try and move.
Right. So I'm assuming Sasha thought Lacey Evans hit Bayley and then hit her after that. So I'm thinking Sasha was like, oh, well, she caught her with a woman's right, and then now, oh, shit, now she caught me with one.
Exactly. I thought everybody in this match, for what it was for just this match, did a great job. Exactly. Tamina did a great job. Naomi did a great job. Lacey Evans even did well. I give credit where credit is due.
They pushed Lacey pretty hard in this match.
Right. Oh, it was 2005. Excuse me. I thought it was right before 2005 a little bit. I thought it was like late 04. I couldn't remember when they did the chamber, but it might have been at New Year's Revolution 2005. Original Biggie will probably correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Y2K said, you know the rule. Dogged. Let's see here. They usually say it's an elimination match or over-the-top rope battle royal. Yeah, but they don't. Here's the weird thing. The matches are announced like weeks ahead of time, and then they just add these last-second rules. Like, you said Fatal 5-Way, but you never specified eliminations before this?
Right.
It's just weird sometimes the way they do that. Tamina was a threat to the other safety. Some people said, not a good match, Chris DeZuba said. Chris, I disagree, bro. I'm giving this the B-. Me and Derek agreed on that one. I thought even Lacey looked good, like I said. Very different.
Lacey was on point. This was one of the very few times Lacey was not sloppy.
Could have been pre-recorded, but...
what they showed...
Lacey looked like a star here.
Lacey did.
Naomi and Bayley... Rob... Inappropriate in the chat. I almost read that. Original Biggie said glow or radioactive. Sasha and Bayley are still strong. I agree, Jeremy. These are personally my two of the favorite horsewomen.
Yeah.
I like them the best. but I feel like they just haven't been used to their full potential, and I want to see that SummerSlam matchup in Boston, Sasha's hometown, Sasha versus Bayley. I think we deserve that matchup. Let's see here. It's only a matter of time until the hair-hatted hooligan returns. Biggie, stop it. The horsewomen rule in full effect on Mania. Y2K ain't wrong. The 4 horsewomen did win all their matches.
That's true.
Rob said Nelson. She was yelling at Cole and JBL.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah, she was just yelling at them like that. She's the champ. Bayley was on her shit. B- for this one. Let's talk about this next match. I've got mad notes for this. I'm gonna try not to go too far. This is the Firefly Funhouse match.
Sorry to disappoint you guys. Sorry.
Yeah. You guys all wanted Derek to swear. Sorry, Doug. Anyway, this Firefly Funhouse was something different here. So we got John Cena versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. We get this like really weird opening WrestleMania package with Vince McMahon like, welcome to WrestleMania, and they add in all of these like different ad-lib things, like changed his voice to like Firefly Funhouse stuff. It was creepy kind of, and I like it. So you get the right feeling with this. And John Cena's already out there in the ring, and you're like, is this a regular match? What the hell is this? I thought that, and then it became aware to you what was happening. Bray Wyatt shows up in the Firefly Funhouse, and it's the never end, blah, 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 the usual shtick that we're going to get from this. And then Bray talks all this mess and goes through a door, the door that's usually behind him into the Firefly Funhouse. And then John Cena randomly appears in there, and then Ramblin' Rabbit says, dude, you got to go through the door.
Right.
And he ends up going through the door, and he runs into Puppet McMahon. Vince McMahon, the puppet's in there, and he says, you gotta show ruthless aggression. And it was just like the promos from the series that they have on the WWE Network with this. Okay, we're still kind of like, all right, what's going on here? And afterwards, we find out that it cuts to like 2002, and Bray Wyatt in the red sweater. I'm gonna be jumping in between this, so if I mess up, I apologize. There's a lot. Bray Wyatt is in the ring, and he is repeating the same words that Kurt Angle said. I'm looking for an open challenge tonight, blah, blah, blah. And they're playing the like voiceover simultaneously with it. Kurt Angle is in the middle of the ring talking to John Cena. This is how he debuted. John Cena came out, and he said, what makes you think that you have what it takes to get in the ring with me? John Cena says, ruthless aggression. Now, when John Cena comes out, he is dressed like he was that night. He is dressed like the prototype. But he's dressed like John Cena, and he goes for the slap, and Bray ducks. He goes for the slap again and says ruthless aggression, and Bray ducks. And Bray then brings up him reliving his failure while we have Macho Mercy and Mr. McBossman on commentary. So weird, right? And then he's like, that's such good shit. And shout at Mr. Moxley there for that, but I thought that was very well done, well placed in all of this.
Definitely.
Yeah. So Rob just said this match was a spectacle of epic proportions. I agree, Rob.
Listen, I'm gonna have my take on it when CJ is done. So.
Oh, some people said hated it. So it's weird. Mind games, some people are saying. Guys, I'm gonna get to your thoughts on this. So keep them coming with this as far as it goes. We then cut into a Saturday night's main event promo package. Like, they play the old school video from the 80s. Shout out to my man Sean Hubbard. He knows what I'm talking about with this. This is the classic setup. And then they go to, like, those old promos. It reminded me of Macho Man and Zeus when they put, like, the cage in front of them. And at this point, I said Bruce Pritchard had to have produced this.
Yes.
Because he produced all of those old-ass vignettes back in the day for Vince. And I think he was part of this once again.
Had to be.
Dude, so I'm going to give you your props, Bruce Pritchard. If you weren't part of this, I'm sure we'll find out eventually, but I think you had something to do with this creatively and the setup and how they were doing the promos. And I thought Bray and Cena looked great in this. Like, yes. Bray's dressed up like Muscle Man Bray, basically, and John Cena comes back there curling the weights and everything else, and they're talking like they got a match, like they're the Mega Powers.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we're going to destroy everybody, and they're leaning on the big old blue steel cage with the big-ass bars that you know hurt Hogan. They got some stuff for this one. I love it.
Yes.
Then until they finally turn on each other, and then Cena cannot throw any punches. Like, Bray's got mind control over him. Boom. They're back into the arena. The SmackDown fist is on the floor, and John Cena has now turned into the Thugonomics version of himself. Weird as hell, bro. I don't know, dude. And when he comes out and you hear the music, the whole Firefly Funhouse crew's heads were bopping. This is basic Thugonomics. And they're just sitting there bobbing their heads. And I thought this was great, dude. John Cena drops a rap. And I guess when he's Thugonomics John Cena, he can't talk in anything but raps. So this is just what WWE is all about. And then you get the Chances promo from Bray Wyatt before he turned into the Fiend. This was the classic Bray Wyatt in the rocket chair in the bayou. You've had lots of chances, John. You took a lot of things from me. And they start talking about all these different things, the vintage Bray Wyatt. And Bray kind of got sad right before he transitioned into turning into this vintage Bray Wyatt. And he talked about Sister Abigail said this day would come. And I think he's talking about the Fiend taking over his body. Right. And they then start playing back WrestleMania 30, making Cena relive that. John Cena is stuck in these moments in time, basically. And I told you guys, if you've never watched Lucha Underground, this is exactly how this shit is. So I want to hear it. He picks up the steel chair. Remember the WrestleMania 30 promo, D? It was all about John Cena losing control and showing his fans that he has no control over himself. Exactly. And he's a bad role model.
Exactly.
John Cena then goes for the chair. He said, you should have did what you should have done a long time ago, and we would never be at this point. Exactly. Cena goes to swing the chair, and Wyatt disappears. Now what? We cut to Nitro. WCW Nitro that pops up. And Bray Wyatt is out in a leather jacket with the Wolfpack kind of lettering on it. And he comes out like Eric Bischoff, and he's pointing at everyone, I love you, yes, you. And he's acting like Bischoff. And Cena comes out like Hogan with the NWO spray painted on the belt and the black and white shirt. They could have done this with John. I always felt like that. And Cena is like different, dude. He just comes out, living that moment. He is Hogan. Oh, I'm sorry. And then this is where we get, this is such good shit. It wasn't before that, but this is what Puppet McMahon, it goes to, this is such good shit. I think we just want to say that all the time.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
They highlight all of Cena's failures during this, and Cena finally like tackles Bray down, and he's punching him, and he's punching harder and harder and harder, and then he finally realizes he's beating up Huskus the Pig and not Bray Wyatt. And he goes, what the hell? And after this, the Fiend is here. The Fiend is now behind John Cena and locks in the mandible claw on John Cena. John Cena is like, what the hell happened? And he starts laying him down for it, and he puts him in the Sister's Abigail. Hits the Sister Abigail, puts the claw back on him, and then Bray Wyatt in the red sweater counts the 3 on John Cena. 1, 2, 3. The Fiend wins, and it just ends with the simple, let me in. And that's it, dude. A+.
A+.
A+ for this shit.
Now, the reason why I said I would give you my take on this is because this is what I've been telling CJ and everybody around me as to why I did not like John Cena. This was basically Vince McMahon rebuilding Hulk Hogan all over again. John Cena had, we all know Hulk never wanted to lose to anybody that he didn't want to lose to at that point in time.
Especially in the 80s. I mean, listen, Hogan was his biggest success, though.
Right.
I can't blame Vince for wanting to recreate it.
Right. I can't blame it either, but people have to also realize that this is exactly what he was doing. If he didn't build John Cena, we would not have John Cena. Honestly. Do you really think we would have him? I don't think we would.
Rob just wrote down what he called Cena when they did the Saturday Night's main event, Johnny Longmeat. Stop it.
I'm just saying, bro. I despise John Cena. I can't stand John Cena because he got the same treatment that Hulk Hogan got. After a while, I got tired of watching Hogan, and I was like, all right, Hogan can kiss it.
Yo, can I say this too? I saw a lot of Cena fans hurt tonight.
Oh,
I saw a lot of Cena fans hurt.
Anybody who loves John Cena, kiss it. This was well deserved.
Dude, the tears.
Yes.
The tears. But
imagine if I had toilet paper in my hand.
But you know what though? I'm sure, all out of kayfabe at this point, I'm sure that John Cena was willing to put Bray over. I think he knew he was a star and that he made the mistake of not doing it then. So he's like, you know what? I owe this dude the favor. I'll come back and do that. It was perfect. It was cinematic. It was great. I love how they set this one up. Did you have anything else you wanted to add to that, or were you good?
No, I was good. This was just summing up everything. This whole match, which wasn't even really a match, was summing up everything that I was trying to explain to people who love John Cena.
Now, I'm going to hop here into what Rob said. Some people brought up a good point. D, what was better, Firefly Funhouse or the Graveyard match for you?
For me, it's going to be Firefly Funhouse.
Oh, I'm going Graveyard. I think the Graveyard, I'll still laugh at that shit talking forever.
Well, for me, the Funhouse is...
They're neck and neck. Like, trust me, there's no like...
Yeah, no, they're neck and neck. Like, if I'm talking like based off of a match, yes, the Graveyard...
was better.
Yeah, the Boneyard match was better, but...
Oh, I said Graveyard, excuse me. I'm sorry. Boneyard.
The Boneyard was better, but as far as putting a story across and bringing something to light that always happens with certain people, this was my favorite because you know my history with John Cena. I've never liked John Cena, period.
Not mad at it, bro. Let's wrap this up, though, here. Let's read some of the comments from the chat. Chris DeZuba said, after that great Boneyard match, they give us this hot garbage. Ugh. I disagree, Chris. I thought this was great. PR Nightmare says the Boneyard match was A++. Firefly Funhouse was A+, though.
Okay, I can go with that.
I can go with that, too. That was a good take, PR. Prince Rockstar said Vince gets heated over WCW. Rob said, cause Cena, like the NWO, never did shit for any up-and-coming talent and did everything in their power to make sure they stayed over. And he's talking about himself in that. R-Dub says he's torn on this. I want to hear your thoughts, R-Dub. Great person, horrible wrestler, PR Nightmare said. DDP was the only person to get over on the NWO's dime, and he was pushing 40. Even Goldberg was ruined by Nash ending the streak, and Sting was always made to look like an idiot. Rob, we may have to bring you on for a WCW show, bro. You sound like you got some stuff on your chest about these guys.
Right.
Larry Johnson in the house. What's up, Larry? He said, I'm a Cena fan, but I'm not kissing nothing. No, I just think a lot of Cena fans thought John Cena deserved to win here. And I was like, dude, why are you guys so mad? Like, it's Bray Wyatt's time. The Fiend character is over. No matter what you say at the end of the day, like, that's...
But the question is, why do you feel like he deserved to win? What was the reasoning?
Right? R-Dub, Boneyards, hands down. I'm with R-Dub on that one. C Nation can suck ass. It's a big divide. Listen, if you guys are John Cena fans, you know since the beginning of time, let's go Cena, Cena sucks. You hear it all. There's a split crowd on how you feel about Cena. Brian Kavanaugh just wrote Cena the GOAT. I don't know if he's playing or not. A lot of people love him though. Yeah, and yeah, I think Jeremy Harris is writing "Get Over It," or he's telling someone to get over. But I give this an A+. Though. I thought this was well done by both guys. Not mad at it. Yes, I knew it was "Get Over It." And Y2K said that he was fine with Wyatt winning. Let's talk about the WWE title match real quick. Brock Lesnar defends the WWE title against Drew McIntyre. Now, I've been a big Drew fan since he was the chosen one. Drew McIntyre got dealt a bad hand with that 3MB crap. No offense to 3MB, but Drew was always better than that in my opinion.
Yes.
Isn't it crazy that Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal left and came back and they became champion, but Heath Slater, who stayed, didn't?
Right. Jinder never should have won that.
That's another rant for another day.
He never should have won that.
But this was a different match. Brock Lesnar came in here, and last year at WrestleMania 35, I did not think he was going to lose. He lost in quick fashion to Seth Rollins. Were we going to see it again this year? They've been calling Drew McIntyre a bitch. Paul Heyman, Brock Lesnar. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it. The match starts off with a Claymore kick, but then immediately after that, Brock moves out of the way, and Drew goes to Suplex City. And I don't know if you just wrote that in there.
Yeah.
Terrible. Drew ends up kicking out of, what was this? An F5 at a 1 count. They made Drew look really strong in this.
Yes.
You don't get a lot of that. I don't know, dude. You can't be mad at it. I saw someone write, "Don't hinder gender." You cut it out. I see Larry Johnson still in the chat. Larry, what did you think of this match, brother? I want to hear your thoughts on this one too. He kicked out at 1. Drew looked strong. Were you worried at this point for Drew?
No. Not at this point. Not at this point.
So he kicks out, and then we saw multiple F5s. How many did he hit him with, you think? 3?
4.
3, 4?
Got him with 4.
So were you worried then? Like, at what F5 were you worried? Like the third one?
I was worried at, like, the third one.
They do so many of these, like, different things, dude. Like, where people just keep getting hit with F5s, and you're just like, dude, are you going to not kick out finally?
Right.
I don't know. I feel like this match has been overdone since WrestleMania 33 with Goldberg, Brock, like the whole quick match thing.
Yeah.
Stop doing this shit. Give me a match.
Exactly.
And these guys kind of did, though. They built up the anticipation. Because we were looking at the time like, dude, there's no way.
Yeah. Like, I was thinking this was going to have to go to 11 because the Firefly Funhouse. So I'm like, yo, you're going way past the time now. So it's like, is this going to 11 o'clock? Like,
Brian Kavanaugh said Slater needs to juice up to the gills to win the title and complete the 3MB title trilogy.
You know what? I'm all for that. If he does it,
stop it. No juicing. We don't believe in that anymore. Shit kills you. Anyway.
Carlos Stanton believes in it.
We're not talking baseball. We're not. Don't disrespect the Yankees, all right? So, afterwards, Drew ends up catching him with mad Claymore kicks. I think it was like 3. He goes for a pin, right? And then Brock kicks out again.
Was it 3? Hold on.
I'm saying the initial pin, then he kicked out.
Yeah.
And then Drew went for 2 more, and 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre wins the title. Like, that was honestly the match. Like, I gave you play-by-play everything that happened almost.
Yeah. That's kind of how I expected it to go. I was looking for a little bit more, but that's kind of how I expected it to happen. You know, it did what it was supposed to do. I still kind of would have liked them to drag it out just a little bit, get a little bit more technical, but...
Yeah, shout out to Rob in the chat. He's still giving a breakdown on the John Cena NWO thing, how Cena is the NWO. Let's see. Larry Johnson comes back. Thank you for writing back, Larry. He said, "I wish Drew's moment was live, but I love seeing him win the title." I'm with you on that, brother. That was a good moment, but the match was I think people are just tired of those quick matches a little bit. I mean, we gave this a B too for it. It's what it is at this point. When Brock kept hitting them F5s, Y2K said it had him shook as well. There were 5 total moves in the match, in the top 2 championship matches. Spear, running power slam, Claymore, suplex, F5. WTF, Rob wrote. 4 F5s, 4 Claymores, like 4 spears, and 4 slams.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Well, no, he did he hit 5? He hit 5 Claymores, I thought, because he did the 4th.
No, because he hit the one in the beginning, and then there was
another one. Did he hit 3 back-to-back after?
He hit 3 back-to-back. That's why.
I apologize. Then it was 4. Thank you for correcting me on that, Nelson.
Because in the beginning, he hit him with that, and then he reversed it, turned it into a Irish whip. Boom. Claymore kick. Knocked him down. Brock got back up. Another Claymore kick. Brock got back up to his knees. That was the last one there.
Right. R-Dub said we had a bet the match would be over under 8 minutes. Came in at 6.5 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that they're just having Brock kind of like power through a lot of these matches. But
well, I mean, I think Brock knows and everybody else knows Brock can't go longer than.
No, I think he can. I think he just chooses not to. I think Brock is very smart ever since he hurt himself on that shooting star press. Brock's like, I'm not doing all this shit. Like, look, we're going to do this, and this. This is what everybody wants to see. That's what they get. And then we're out.
That's true. Well, yeah, because I mean...
Where's my money bag?
Right. Yeah. I just didn't want to see another shellacking like John Cena got.
Peace.
Just saying.
So, we give this one a B. Now, here comes the overall grade. And I want the live chat to give theirs. No thumbs up, no thumbs down. A, B, C, D, or F. Add your pluses and minuses where you want. What was your overall letter grade, for WrestleMania? 36. Performance Center. No crowd. One of the weirdest WrestleManias in history is going to probably go down as. Is this the worst WrestleMania of all time?
No.
I don't think so either.
No.
WrestleMania 11, you still got that shit. All right? So I don't want to hear that. A show with no people was better than that shit in Connecticut. All right? Shout out to LT, too. Lawrence Taylor. I didn't think his match was even that bad. That card just sucked, dude. I don't know. I hated WrestleMania 11 so much. A lot of people give 9 some crap. I think 9 deserves a little bit more love than it gets. But anyway, WrestleMania 11 is my least favorite. So this isn't the worst Mania.
No, this is not the worst Mania.
It's towards the bottom half, maybe. Well, no, I wouldn't say that either. I think this is the middle of the pack, maybe. I wish if it would be different if there was a crowd. So this is so hard to gauge.
Yeah, I would say
like our grade. I think is based on circumstances.
Yeah, I would say this is. I want to say this is just above average.
Brock goes longer than with smaller men. R-Dub wrote, or Roman Reigns.
Yeah, that's true.
They got to stop jobbing Lesnar out to mid-carders. Brian says. PR says Braun and Drew are champions. I'm happy. Jake, who just joined us in the chat. Jake, what's going on? Welcome, brother. If you haven't, man, please feel free to subscribe. And anyone in the live chat. He said, I give WrestleMania 36 a C grade.
I respect it.
I'm not mad at it either. R-Dub says that he will go night 1 B, night 2 B. Okay. Jeremy Harris says A minus. Ooh, that's a high. Oh,
you know what?
He retracted that. He retracted that comment. I'm gonna be fair to him because I just saw it. PR Nightmare says B. Y2K says B minus. This WrestleMania weekend, given the circumstances, gets a solid B minus from me. Larry Johnson says B minus. Prince Rockstar says C minus. Jared Simmons, Jared, what's going on, brother? I didn't give you a shout out. So Jared Simmons said C plus. Night 1, Brian Cav says C. Night 2, C plus. PR Nightmare B minus. R-Dub says middle of the road. Jake says he loves 9. Yeah, I think 9's better. Listen, 9's probably second worst because of everything in it. I'll save that for another time. I think I reviewed it on someone else's podcast with them. But yeah, to me, 11's still the worst. Prince Rockstar says WrestleMania 36 sucks. It's with WrestleMania 32 in that area. Firefly and Boneyard saved this for me. I think those A pluses were huge saviors in my opinion for
definitely.
This. Rob says this was better than last year's Mania. Take out Kofi's moment. WrestleMania 35 is bottom 10. Jeremy Harris is going with B minus for it. It will be remembered for 5 things, R-Dub says. He says the Boneyard match, Firefly Funhouse, Charlotte's Golden Shovel, KO off the WrestleMania sign, and Drew's first of many title wins.
I can agree with that.
Jesus says 7 out of 10 for him.
All right.
Okay. Okay. And PR said he gave it a B minus. He pressed the wrong button before he finished. And he said, and Jesus says tonight's show was over yesterday's show. I agree. I think night 2 was better than 1, in my opinion. Night 1 had some things that saved it, but night 2 was better as a complete package.
Yeah.
Overall grade D. You still good with this? Yep. We're saying that we're gonna go B.
Yep, definitely a B.
B. I think that what was good was great. What was like what you expected to be good was really good, and what was was all right. And there were a couple matches that delivered out of nowhere. Like we said, the SmackDown Live women's. I said SmackDown Live. Excuse me. That show's dead.
Yeah.
The SmackDown Women's 5-Way. I thought that match delivered.
That did deliver.
I'm trying to see what else. Ziggler and Otis gave a great effort for what that was. Rollins KO gave me a little more than I expected. I got to give them some props. And all of this is around the circumstances as well. I'm not saying that this is perfect. Not at all. Is this going to be my top 5 favorite Manias of all time?
No.
Hell no. You're not getting above. You're not getting that WrestleMania 17-19 talking territory.
No.
Not in my opinion. But this was all right for what it was. But what makes WrestleMania weekend special is hanging out with your friends, which a lot of people didn't get to do. But I'm happy that I got to hang out with everyone in the live chat. You guys are the best, dude. Everything Pro Wrestling, when I invest money, time to get songs done, check out the song by Montezi too, guys. If you guys don't listen to the audio form of the podcast, check it out. I know that I'll have the song split on this episode for this one, but well worth. I think Montezi did a banger of a job talking about how we're about pro wrestling every day. Everything pro wrestling, a show by the fans, for the fans. It's not just like a line. It's kind of what I base the show around. Have to have some fan interaction at some point and say what you guys think about the show as well. I know that may not bode well for some people and liking what I have to say about it, but I want to hear what the fans think about things. So
right, exactly, yeah. Everybody just, stay safe. We appreciate y'all coming in. We look forward to seeing you guys in the chat, and ladies. Whoever's in the chat, doesn't matter who you are. We really appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what you're doing for my best friend here, because this is something that he wanted to do, and he got my full support. And I appreciate you guys for coming in, for supporting him.
Thank you guys so much for everything that you do for Everything Pro Wrestling. Like I said, if you haven't, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, help a brother out. We need more people part of this. The best way to spread the word about Everything Pro Wrestling is word of mouth. Great wrestling fans like yourselves. Get more people in here, man. We could always use more people. I want more people to join the talking points, and I want to get more people on the shows and everything else. So Tuesday, we're going to be talking more video games with Brian Williams. If you want to learn more about SVR 08, 09, and 10, if you guys didn't know, on Twitter, Brian Williams revealed that Brock Lesnar was supposed to be in SmackDown vs. Raw 06. His model was scanned and there were rumors of him coming back, but he had to be pulled out because the contract negotiations fell through. Did not know that. These are the kind of tidbits you are getting on the Video Game Podcast with Brian Williams, so make sure you guys tune into that. Also, Wednesday, we will be back with our AEW Dynamite review after the live stream. We look forward to I feel like we haven't talked AEW. It's only been less than a week, but I feel like we haven't talked it in a while. We've got the TNT Championship tournament coming up for that new title.
Well, I think it's just because WrestleMania weekend. It just seemed like we were gearing up for that after Dynamite. So it was like that week on, it was just like, oh, crap.
And it looks like R-Dub saying that it rained all weekend in Tampa. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise.
Hey.
Also, they already said that Tampa's going to get WrestleMania 38, 39, or 40. So Tampa's basically owed a WrestleMania. And I think that's fair.
That is fair.
That's fair for the people of Tampa.
You can't hold the current situation on them.
Yeah, we can't say that word or we'll get demonetized.
Yeah.
But thank you guys so much for tuning into Everything Pro Wrestling. You guys are the best fan base out there, and this show is by you, for you. So make sure you guys keep tuning into Everything Pro Wrestling. We'll see you on Tuesday to talk on the podcast. Peace.